New details on the shooting that ended in the death of 2 officers comes to light.
And a local business here in Fullerton is making a difference in the lives of at-risk youth. And all of this in just a few minutes. Hello and welcome to OC News. I'm Imani Jackson.
And I'm Sarah Fenton. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. The election is just weeks away, which means there are only a few days left to register. Our reporter Raylan Taylor has more information on the importance of registering and how you can do so.
Yes, after the final debate happening on October 19th, there will only be 5 days left to register to vote. Millennials are often unaware of how big their vote matters, and Cal State Fullerton student body is stressing the importance of this election with their peers. Whether Trump or Hillary, CSUF wants you registered to vote.
So our goal at Cal State Fullerton as a part of the Associate Students, we want to register 10% of the student population. So that's about 3,900 people. So we've been having events from the beginning of the semester till the last day to register to vote, which is October 21. So like raise awareness, register students to get basically everyone excited about the election and that their voice does matter. So today what we're doing is we're giving out pizza and like free shirts and fun other giveaways and encouraging students to register to vote.
The things on the ballot are so important and they affect everyone around us. In California, there's so many propositions that you need to be staying up to date on and that you should vote on because they affect you more than just the president election, just the presidential election. So a lot of these smaller races are very important too. State Assembly in California and State Senate. So definitely trying to stay up to date with that because those people represent you more than the president can sometimes.
It's a click of a button. It's going to be fast. I encourage everyone to still just be registered to vote. I mean, because this election, it's not, I mean, not saying like all elections aren't important, but this one just seems to be more important just because due to like everything that's happening. So this is going to be, you know, it's going to change the next 4 years because we had Obama for 8 years already. So we're just so comfortable, and the next one, it's not him anymore. And so that's why I think everyone should just kind of just stop being procrastinators and stop being lazy. Just literally just register to vote, and like every vote counts. So that's why I think it's important.
Everyone register to vote, guys!
Raylan Taylor for OC News. Don't forget that the last day to register to vote is October 24th. Back to you guys in the studio.
This may be one of the most influential elections yet. Find out what Trump and Clinton are saying about one another and who may be giving our presidential nominees a run for their votes. Melina Joseph has more.
Now, we all saw what went down at Trump and Clinton's second presidential debate on Sunday, right? Crazy, I know. If you didn't get a chance to see it, you didn't miss much. The usual occurred. Trump bashing Clinton, Clinton bashing Trump. When will it end? It appears not anytime soon. On Wednesday, Governor Mike Pence held a rally at the Salem Civic Center in Virginia and discussed the ongoing topic of presidential nominee Hillary Clinton's controversial emails.
It's through one revelation after another, we're just finding out more and more. More of these emails come out every day, and I got to tell you, it's just hard to keep up with the avalanche of corruptions coming out of this administration.
Furthermore, at a rally in Lakewood, Florida, Donald Trump also shared his thoughts about the emails, which started an alarming chant from the crowd. Let's take a look.
So she gets a subpoena. She gets a subpoena. And after, not before, that would be bad. But after getting the subpoena to give over your emails and lots of other things, she deleted the emails. She has to go to jail.
It seems like the only thing Trump has to say about Clinton is in regards to these emails. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton arrived in Pueblo, Colorado today to hold a rally as well. She wasted no time defending herself and her supporters.
I don't care what he says about me. I care about what he says about you. And I'll tell you what, I will stand up and defend every single person in this country from the insults and the disrespect that we hear from him.
In other news, the Y2 Analytics poll found Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump tied with 26% support from likely Utah voters. What may surprise you is independent Evan McMullen. He has 22% of likely voter support. McMullen, a Mormon, was a late entrant to the presidential race. Utah is one of the few handful of states where the former CIA employee will be on the ballot in November. The poll also showed a decent percentage for Libertarian Gary Johnson, with 14% of likely voter support. Speaking of voter support, in Florida today, a federal judge granted an extension of the state's voter registration deadline due to the effects of Hurricane Matthew, giving the Clinton and Trump campaigns until next Tuesday to register additional voters. That's all we have today for politics. I'm Lena Joseph. Back to you ladies in the studio.
Formal charges have been filed against the man accused of killing 2 police officers in Palm Springs. 26-year-old John Felix is charged with 2 counts of murder with special circumstances, which could make him eligible for the death penalty. Felix is accused of killing 63-year-old John Vega and 27-year-old Leslie Zerembini. Felix shot the officers with an AR-15 rifle through a screen door after they responded to a disturbance call on Saturday. Felix was arrested after a 12-hour standoff with police. The Riverside County District Attorney, Michael Herstrin, announced the charges against him today.
Mr. Felix has been charged with 2 counts of murder for the killings, first-degree murder, for the killings of Officer Jose Gilbert Vega and Officer Leslie Zerembini. Attached to these 2 murder charges are special circumstance allegations. There are 3 of them. The murder of a police officer in the line of duty, multiple murder, and the special circumstance of lying in wait.
The district attorney says the suspect wanted to kill police officers. He prepared for the attack by wearing soft body armor and carrying armor-piercing ammunition. Officer Zerembini gave birth just 4 months ago, while Officer Vega was only 2 months away from retirement.
There are many misconceptions when it comes to people with disabilities. Cal State Fullerton celebrated the 2nd annual Disabilities Awareness Day today. The event features a history of disabilities exhibit, expression wall, photo booth, a talent show, and more. Reporter Miranda Medina is at the event and has more on the story.
Hi, yes, I'm standing in the Humanities Quad where earlier today we had the 2nd annual Disabilities Awareness Day event. Let's take a look. Earlier today in the Humanities Quad, CSUF had the 2nd annual Disability Awareness Day event. From 10:30 this morning until 2 o'clock this afternoon, there was live music, a DJ, face painting, as well as a History of Disabilities exhibit discussing disabilities worldwide. This event had a large turnout of student and faculty participating in the activities to help spread awareness. The expression wall touched many, where anyone walking by was encouraged to write up on a post-it, "When you think of disabilities, what comes to mind?" Words on the wall were along the lines of strength, courage, and unique. American Studies student Irving Diaz volunteered alongside many others in hopes to spread awareness to what he says is the largest minority group in the world.
Yeah, the Disability Awareness Day is just a thing that we do to get people informed and have a discussion where people in the communities of disabled people can come together and just talk about these issues openly. So it means a lot to these people, and me, to everybody, to talk about disability and how we can make everything more accessible for everybody in the world, not just for able-bodied people.
Yes, the event was very successful, and for more information, you can visit the Disability Support Service events in UH 101. I'm Miranda Medina from OC News. Back to you guys in the studio.
Cal State Fullerton is providing their students with free flu shots on campus. Find out where. Also, 2 of the world's biggest manufacturers are making recalls on popular items. Learn more details when we come back.
Did you go to the schoolyard? Calm down, please. Where did you look? We can make a plan somehow. If I just. He's a smart boy, and he's gonna be okay. Okay, try to call him again. There's no reception. Everything is down. Try. I can't. Try already. Nothing's working. Well, just
everything's down.
Do you think he's on his way? Please tell me he's okay.
I need you to calm down.
What? It's my baby. This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
If you're a fan of cooler temperatures, then you've really been enjoying the past few days. It's currently 70 degrees outside right now, and if you're planning on going outside anytime tonight, you will want to grab that jacket because our low is dropping down to 58 degrees tonight. And our humidity is at 55%, and the sunset will be at 6:20 p.m. tonight. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our 5-day forecast so you can see we will stay in the mid-70s throughout that whole week, starting at 77 tomorrow and staying through the 76, 75 for the next few days and staying the same throughout all the week. In the mornings, we will start with clouds, so bring your jackets in the mornings if you're going out the doors. If you're heading to school, you will want those jackets, but it will start to warm up to the mid-70s later in the day, so those layers are really going to work for you if you enjoy those cooler temperatures. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our national forecast. As you can see, we're topping out the charts with 93 degrees. Down in the south, we have 90s, and then if you make your way up north, we are going to start cooling down. We're at 60 degrees up north, and then anywhere in Southern California, we will stay in the mid-70s, like I said, staying in those temperatures throughout the rest of the week. That's it for me. Let's take it back to you guys. Technology is used in our daily lives, but it doesn't mean that they work as planned or that they aren't harmful. Valeria Murguia has more on these stories.
Cars may be one of the most used forms of today's technology. So wouldn't you want to make that safe as well? Well, Toyota is recalling 340,000 vehicles around the world. Their issue is said to be potentially deadly. A global recall in 2016-2017 Toyota Prius sedan. The Japanese automaker said that there is a big possibility that the brake on those models could stop working, causing potential accidents and harmful for people. Toyota is expected to inform owners of these vehicles in November. They will offer their customers to take their vehicle to a dealership free of cost. Samsung is probably one of the few not making jokes of the Galaxy Note 7 phone scandal. If you haven't already heard of the Note 7 phone, it is known to catch fire after scaring people. People are now mocking the company.
I have a special message for anyone watching tonight's show on their Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Run for your lives.
Stephen Colbert of The Late Show isn't the only one cracking jokes on the Samsung. Social media users are also having a good laugh at the fact that Galaxy Note 7 are known to overheat. However, Samsung is in a crisis mode with the brand. They need to make sure these phones are sent back safely. They're sending thermal insulated return kits to users who need to ship back the smartphone. The kits are carefully designed with a static shield bag for the phone that goes in a small box, then a bigger box, then the shipping box. If that weren't enough, the outermost box lines are ceramic fiber paper designed to keep extreme heat. This might seem Samsung is concerned of user safety. However, the special boxes are required by government regulation. The kit even comes with safety gloves and assembly instructions. The production of the Note 7 is at halt after the replacement devices were still catching fire. Looks like things aren't going well for Samsung. That's all for Tech Today. Back to you in the studio.
Up next, find out which 50-year-old superstar is expecting her first child. And a Fullerton Cafe is doing more in the community than just serving food. We'll be right back.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. in the event of a real earthquake. You should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
CoverGirl Cosmetics is the first. Here to explain what that means is Raquel Navarro.
We've had a week full of juicy entertainment and exciting news. Easy breezy, beautiful cover boy. James Charles, a 17-year-old with a massive following on Instagram, just became the brand's first male ambassador, marking a bold move for one of the cosmetics industry's biggest players. In its tweeted announcement, CoverGirls introduced James as a makeup artist, boundary breaker, and the newest CoverGirl. Charles said on Instagram, "I truly hope that this shows that anyone and everyone can wear makeup and can do anything if you work hard." Alongside with Katy Perry as an ambassador and supporter, we're so excited to see what Charles and CoverGirl have up their sleeves. Janet Jackson is finally letting the world in on her big news. The superstar has confirmed to People magazine that she is indeed expecting her first baby at age 50. "We thank God for our blessing," she said. The magazine shared a photo of Jackson dressed all in white and sporting her baby bump. Jackson postponed her tour in April for what she called family planning time. Congrats to Janet and her husband. Rapper Drake is setting a new record for American Music Award nominations. Drake has been nominated in 13 categories this year, stealing the previous record from Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Scored 11 AMA nominations in 1984. Drake's new album, Views, shot to #1 on the charts as soon as it dropped. It's also the first album to ever reach 1 billion streams on Apple Music. That's it for this week. Back to you guys in the studio.
The MLB playoffs are in full swing and a popular MMA fighter will make her highly anticipated return. Alan Huerta has more with sports.
Who said that Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw can't pitch in big games in the month of October? That is, of course, until he reaches the 7th inning, which has haunted Kershaw throughout his postseason career. But regardless of it, it was Nationals-Dodgers Game 4 yesterday. Roll the highlight. Pitching on 3 days rest, Kershaw was looking to force a Game 5 in the nation's capital, but he gets into some early trouble in the first inning as Daniel Murphy hits a soft single that just gets past Chase Utley to put the Nats up 1-0. Adrian Gonzalez would soon erase that deficit as he crushes the high fastball into the bleachers to give the Dodgers a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first. With the Dodgers leading 4-2 in the 5th, Jock Peterson thinks he has an opposite field home run and even bat flips, but he ends up driving in Josh Reddick from first to give the Dodgers a 3-1 lead on the double. We move to the top of the 7th, where Clayton Kershaw couldn't get out of the inning walking Bryce Harper, which led to Pedro Baez drilling Jason Worth on his first and only pitch of the game to draw the Nationals that much closer. Daniel Murphy finds a way to get the job done again as he singles 2 runs to tie the game at 5 as the 7th inning haunts the Dodgers once again. And oh, look at Kershaw in absolute disbelief. But with 2 runs on the bottom of the 8th, the ageless Chase Utley comes through with 2 outs in typical fashion as he singles into right center to drive in Andrew Toles to give the Dodgers a 6-5 lead. Kenley Jansen would finish it off in the 9th as he strikes out Stephen Drew and Trey Turner, and gets Bryce Harper to ground out as the Dodgers would survive elimination and live to play another day. The decisive Game 5 is Thursday in Washington, where the Dodgers will throw out Rich Hill against the former Cy Young winner Max Scherzer. Don't change the channel just yet, though, as you'll want to hear about the haunted Giants getting eliminated. We flash forward to the top of the 9th with the Cubs trailing 5-3. Wilson Contreras ties the game at 5 with the 2-run pinch hit single to rip the hearts out of San Francisco Giants fans. But it would get worse, as just a few batters later, Javier Baez capped Chicago's 9th inning rally, driving in Jason Hayward to give the Cubs a 6-5 lead. Aroldis Chapman would close the door in the 9th, striking out the side as the Chicago Cubs advance to the National League Championship Series for the 2nd year in a row. And oh man, I know Dodger fans are absolutely loving the fact that those even-year Giants could not get the job done at home, eliminating them in just 4 games. The winner of the Dodgers and National games will be this Saturday at Wrigley Field to begin the National League Championship Series. In other sports, mixed martial artist Ronda Rousey will make her much-anticipated return to the octagon on December 30th at UFC 207, UFC President Dana White announced today. Rousey, who hasn't fought since losing to Holly Holm last November, will challenge Amanda Nunes for the women's bantamweight title. The former women's bantamweight champion confirmed the fight on her Instagram page, posting the promotion video of her fight with the key hashtag that read, "Fear the Return." The showdown between Rousey and Nunes will headline UFC 207 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, where Ronda Rousey will try to show the world that her embarrassing loss to Holly Holm was nothing more but a fluke in what's been a dominating career for her. And that'll do it all in this week of sports. And I don't know about you guys, but I need to get out of here and pre-order that Rousey and Nunes fight. So that'll do it for me. Back to you guys in the studio.
To some, Monkey Business Cafe is a place to eat delicious food and catch up with friends. And for others, it is a place of new beginnings. Naomi Mendez has more on this heartwarming story.
Sitting on the corner of a busy street in downtown Fullerton is a seemingly quiet mom-and-pop styled cafe that looks as if it promises homemade pie and stacked buttered pancakes. But once entering Monkey Business Cafe, the walls are covered in certificates of charity organizations, a tree of thanks, and inspirational quotes. The directors of Monkey Business Cafe also have close relations with Cal State Fullerton, given that all their produce is grown in the school's very own arboretum. Not many know the cafe was founded on the hardships and stories of young men and women who often came from gangs, troubled families, or struggled with drug addiction. General Manager and Program Manager Alex Crisostamo says Monkey Business Cafe is a new beginning for troubled youth.
Be good. They have no idea, like 50% of my crew are people who just don't really know how to work with the public. And I think we do a really good job as far as training and not really, and our regular public not knowing, like, wow, I had no idea he or she has this diagnosis of, anxiety, schizophrenia, struggling through alcohol problems, you know what I mean? So I think we do a good job in that sense.
They used to only take in boys, but recently began to accept girls. They work with several nonprofit companies who recruit kids who are ready to change and want to be successful adults. Through constant mentoring, they ensure that the kids are drug-free and stay on track. And even if they do fall off the wagon from time to time, the mentors understand it is a learning curve.
One thing that's special about Monkey Business Cafe is that it's not cutthroat like anywhere else. Like if they were to get a job somewhere else, yeah, it's cutthroat. You're under influence, you're done. But they know we are a training site, so they're given another chance.
Crisostamo was a troubled youth himself and says it is his calling to help kids who came from his same background.
Monkey Business is definitely a hidden gem. Stop, park, and come in. I guarantee it. Like you'll love the food, you'll love the service, you'll love what we're about. But just stop and try us out.
This is Naomi Menzer for OC News.
That's going to do it for us here at OC News.
Be sure to follow us on social media. You can find us under the OC News CSUF handle on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.